Well, good morning and happy Monday. And welcome back to another Performance Matters Monday Muse. Bob Mosher here. Again, I do hope these are helpful. Please let us know if they're resonating with you, if they're stimulating ideas, dialogue, questions. Let us know any of that. We'd be happy to do all we can to support you on your journey. So, for this week, I wanted to do a little qualifying and clarifying of vocabulary. This was prompted from a dialogue last week where someone said, "Well, Bob, we've been doing the 5 moments of need for years." I was like, "That's spectacular. Glad to hear that. Help me understand what that means." And the answer was a bit challenging. How's that for a word? She came back with and said, "Well, we've taken all of our e-learnings, we've chunked them into micro learning, and now we make them available in smaller chunks at the moment of need." Now, friends, I want to be careful here. I'm not saying that that's not a element of the 5 moments, but it's not doing the 5 moments. So I want to use today as a bit of a vocabulary lesson, if you don't mind. I'm a big vocabulary guy. If you've listened to me speak before, other things, you know that I'm a bit of a stickler for wording and how we describe things to those we serve, how our training groups understand that. And obviously those can then come to us and ask for deliverables. And oh boy, friends, I think we're kind of bad at this, honestly. In my 43 years in L&D, I think we get a little loose with vocabulary, microlearning. I just mentioned it a minute ago. Again, friends, I don't have any issue with microlearning, but I will tell you that in the years I've been working at that or heard it, there are zillions of definitions for what that means. And therefore, how can we be clear in what we deliver for those we serve? So a couple things about this. Friends, 5 moments of need is a framework. I'm going to introduce you to 4 different layers of the evolution into doing, if you will, 5 moments, right? 5 moments is a framework. I had talked about this in the very first Monday Muse. You probably know Kirkpatrick. You may know 70-20-10. All of these things, friends, are frameworks with which we get our arms around and maybe even help explain to those we serve what we do. We don't do frameworks, though. Frameworks help us take our work deeper and create different deliverables. So in this case, 5 moments of need, new, more, apply, change, solve, is a framework that is fairly universal. Frankly, we've heard it across the globe. A lot of L&D teams use it in setting up and positioning their teams for those they serve. But you don't do 5 moments. You do disciplines. Frameworks are made up of disciplines. And in this case, the 2 disciplines are formal instruction and workflow learning. So if you want to begin to peel the onion back of 5 moments and meet the 5 moments, you need to be steeped, obviously, in training, formal instruction, which many of us are, but also workflow learning that you've heard me speak about ad nauseum on these Monday Muses and elsewhere. How do I enable a discipline? Well, I use a methodology. We are steeped in methodology. Some of you may know ADDIE, right? In the world of 5 moments, we have Enable, ENABLE. You can Google that and get more information on it. Go to our website. We have a white paper on that. Enable is the methodology that we as instructional designers follow to be able to take the disciplines of training and workflow learning and begin to make something. And the make something, friends, are deliverables. We, in the end, create deliverables. And in this case, there are 2. There's a digital coach, which we'll talk more about next week, because there's some confusion around that too, especially in the world of AI, and something called targeted training, which we had a Monday Muse on a while ago, right? So when someone comes up and says they're doing 5 moments, they are doing targeted training and digital coaches, right? The doing, the creation, the deliverable are those 2 things. But again, the journey to it is 5 moments as a framework, training and formal instruction, and workflow learning as disciplines, enable as a methodology to, if I may, enable those disciplines. And then through methodology, we make things. And the 2 things we create are a balance or blend. I had another Monday Muse on that too, of targeted training and digital coach. And as you know, if you listen to the other Monday Muse, we make the digital coach first, because that is workflow learning. That's meeting, apply, solve, and change, and even new and more. And then we enable that, we enhance that with what's called targeted training. Hope this helpful, friend, to sort of dissect it a bit. In the end, we all want to do 5 moments of need, or at least many listen to this do, but doing it at the framework level does not get us deep enough. We have to understand the levels at which take us as learning professionals to the deliverables we owe those we serve. Hope this is helpful. Have a great week. Love to hear your feedback, questions, comments, experience. And next Monday, we'll meet you with Monday Muse on the deliverable of a digital coach. Talk a bit more about that. Thanks, friends. Have a great week. Talk soon.